Hi, my loves. Uh, so I know it's not Sunday. I should have done an update on the Happiness Project last Sunday. Unfortunately, I was unable to. So this is either late or a few days early, depending on how you look at it. But I wanted to share a little bit about my past couple of weeks and talk to you about where I'm at in the Happiness Project. So if you would like to hear all of that, just keep watching. So this might be a long video, and my heart is racing. I've not filmed any videos in about 2 weeks. I had bought the Happiness Project probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I had not had the opportunity to pick it up and start reading it. I wanted to. I was communicating with Christopher Cupcakes on a Facebook group, and we were chatting back and forth. Or the whole group was chatting, and I was reading some of those posts. So I was excited to get started, but the opportunity just never came to pick the book up and start reading. So I was traveling to South Carolina for work, and I said, you know what? Let me go to Audible and get the audiobook. So I did. And I listened to, this is a tough video, so it's going to require some vape. I'm sorry. I listened to the audiobook all the way to South Carolina. And I had so many revelations, and I started thinking, what are my 12 commandments going to be? What am I going to focus on every month? Oh my gosh, I've got to get organized. I can't wait to get back home from this work trip and get organized, right? All this excitement and all this focus. And when I was on site for the couple of days that I was there, I was telling people, like, in general conversation that had nothing to do with the book, it would trigger thoughts that I had about the book. And I would say, oh, you know what? I'm reading this book called The Happiness Project, and this is what it says, and this is how it relates to what we're talking about. That was on a Sunday that I traveled to South Carolina. Sorry. And I had a lot of excitement around this project. And that Tuesday, my grandmother has been battling cancer for a couple months now, since the summer. And that Tuesday, me and my aunt and my cousin, my mom, we have a group text. We're very close. Your grandmother has the flu. Okay. She has the flu. People get the flu. So Wednesday I called her and I said, hey Mama, how are you? How are you feeling? And she goes, well, they tell me I got the flu. And I said, well, you don't sound good. She goes, well, I don't feel bad. So I had a nice little conversation with her. And then, no, that was Tuesday. Sorry. And then that Wednesday, I was texting in this group text, how's Mama? I was even going to talk to Mama today. At the end of the day, my mom calls. Your grandmother is in the ER, or in the hospital, in ICU, and they don't think she's going to make it through the night. So I'm packing all my clothes. Like, I'm just throwing them in the suitcase. I'm sobbing, I'm crying, I'm throwing things in the suitcase. And she said, Autumn, you can't come home. She said, the roads are too bad. In South Carolina, they had black ice. In Kentucky and Virginia, they had snow. She said, I don't even know that I can get there. So I just cried. I felt so helpless because I'm stuck in South Carolina and my grandmother could pass away and I'm not there, right? So I get up Friday morning. She made it through the night. I get up Friday morning and I drive straight to the hospital in Kentucky. And I stayed there by her side until she passed away on Sunday. And the days that she was in the hospital was horrific. It was painful. I'm 40 and I've never watched someone die. You know, I've seen people with cancer, but I've never watched those final days in that process. And me and my cousin Britt. I mean, the whole family was there, don't get me wrong. But my cousin Britt and I were there by her side. Those final moments. So, today is Friday. And these 5 days I've been grieving. And every day I wake up and I say, today is going to be a good day. Like today I'm going to feel better. And I don't. I just don't. I've spent most of every day in the bed. Today's the first day I've really fixed myself up. My son has a basketball game tonight. And I want to go. And I'm scared because I don't want people to talk to me. I don't want them to ask me how I am. I think for someone grieving, that's such a stupid question to ask them. But we do it all the time. How are you? I'm just peachy. I want to respond with, how the fuck do you think I am? But you don't. You just say, oh, I'm doing alright. I'm okay. So, I'm grieving. And every day I say it's going to get better. Every day I say I'm going to wake up, I'm going to put makeup on. I have all these videos that I want to film. But every day I end up staying in the bed. And today would have probably been the same if it wasn't for Alex's game. And I just needed to get my mind right to go to his game. And in doing so, I broke out my bullet journal. Which is part of the Happiness Project. Not part of the book, but the whole organizing. My 12 commandments have changed. I know that I'm grieving, but I think this project has morphed into something new and something different than it was when I started reading it 2 weeks ago. I look at happiness a little bit differently, I guess. For the most part, I'm not sure that I can be happy, but I know that I will. I just have to get there. I just have to focus on it. I have to plan it. I have to make it happen. I have to own it. And all of those things are in the book. Really, the book so far is just about being in control of your happiness and self-aware. And realizing, for example, when someone asks me how I'm feeling, I have to be self-aware and I have to control my reaction. My initial reaction is going to be to say, how the fuck would you feel? Right? But I have to be self-aware because that sends you down an unhappy path. So I have to be self-aware and I own my response. The things they do not cause me to respond a certain way. I own that response. So, I'm sort of restarting the Happiness Project from a completely new perspective. I did sit down today. It was very therapeutic, actually, because today was actually one of the hardest days that I've had. Today was the first day I was alone. Everybody went back to work and back to school, and there was no one to check on me. No one to make sure I was okay. No one to go get me something to drink because I didn't feel like getting up and getting it myself. So today was hard, and in all honesty, I slept almost the whole day away. And I think my anxiety plays a part in it, because there was one moment today where I'm sitting in the bed and my heart starts racing, and with anxiety you have a lot of self-talk. Everyone has self-talk. Self-talk is that where you look in the mirror and you say you're fat. That's self-talk. But my self-talk just went out of control, and I'm sobbing, I'm crying, I can't breathe, my heart is racing. I'm telling myself, this is stupid, like you've got to get over this. You can't keep living every day like this. You've got to get some control, woman. At one point I called my doctor's office just to say, you got to give me something. I got to have something. I can't get over this by myself. You got to give me something. But I was able to calm down, and I took a nap. When I woke up from my nap, I felt a little bit better. So I started working on my bullet journal. So this is my bullet journal. Part of the happiness project is being very organized. So the first page is my 12 commandments. So my first commandment is be Autumn. I am who I am. And some people think I'm too intense, and some people think I'm too nice, and some people think I'm a bitch. I guess it just depends on who it is, what they think of me. But I do not want to stifle who I am to please others. So commandment number 1 is be Autumn. Number 2 is smile at strangers. I don't want to just work on my happiness project. I want to spread happiness. So I want to make sure I smile at the guy behind me at Taco Bell, or in line in front of me at Walmart. Number 3 is focus on you. Be selfish. I think I do this now. I really started doing this with my anxiety. But for someone who has anxiety or other mental health issues, it's almost a requirement. I can't always be what you need me to be, because I have to take care of me. My 4th one is enjoy the process. And that means when my daughter wants to make pancakes, I can't get frustrated at the process of making pancakes. If we spill flour, I can't get mad. I have to enjoy the moments that lead up to the grand finale. I have to enjoy the process. Number 5 is say no. I have a hard time saying no, especially to family. But I have to start saying no, and that goes back to being selfish. Number 6 is stay in touch in a meaningful way, right? Not just a comment on a Facebook picture. I have some very dear friends. Sometimes we go a year without a conversation, but I want to make those meaningful friendships more meaningful in more ways and more often. 7 is take the time. I rush through everything. That's part of enjoy the process. When I'm driving to the store with my daughter, I just want to get there. Can we just get there? I don't slow down because everything is aggravating to me, and that's part of my anxiety. but I have to just take the time to enjoy the moments. Enjoy the sunshine. I hate the outdoors. But I want to make sure I spend 15-20 minutes just sitting on my front porch and just enjoy the sunshine. Finish what I start. I am the world's worst. I started a diet Monday. By Friday, I'm over it. I started painting my daughter's furniture. I have yet to finish it. I love to start a project. I don't like to follow through on a project, but I will start finishing what I start. Gratitude, not attitude. I noticed this a lot through the past 2 weeks. I was very critical of people. I kept it to myself, but if they did this, I was like, well, why didn't they do this? If they called me, I was like, why didn't they send flowers? You know what I mean? Instead of just being thankful for anything that they did to let me know that they were thinking of me. Leave it better than you find it. I think that applies to so much. I think that applies to people. I think that applies to, if you borrow something, return it better than you borrowed it. Leave it better than you find it. I think that's probably one of the more meaningful ones, to be honest. And 12 is be organized. I'm not an organized person. I am a fly by the seat of my pants. I've lost my debit card 12 times today. I am so unorganized. But number 12 is be organized. I have this Pixels page. So every day I'm going to mark what my mood is. I have a sad day, angry day, anxious day, good day, okay day, and great day. And maybe I'll find some sort of pattern to help me there. I have when is the last time I changed my bedding or changed the oil, wiped out the refrigerator, right? So all of these relate to organization, so I need to start writing the dates down when I do these things so I know when I need to do them again. We have this little tracker here for my goal weight. I ordered a scale on Amazon. I'm big on not weighing myself, but a bitch is going to start weighing herself. So when I get it, I'll put my start weight and I will track my journey. My goal weight is 140. So that's all I've put in my bullet journal. I've got a lot more that I want to put in here, but this was calming for me to work on today, so I was grateful that I had it. So anyway, those are my 12 commandments. Those are the things that I have started putting in my journal. I hope to get to doing videos again soon, guys. I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I have my empties video, my January favorites. I have all those ready to do. I just don't feel like I have my, I can't fake my happiness. And I can't really film these videos until I can be my cheerful, peppy, energetic self. It just wouldn't do it justice and probably wouldn't be very good to watch. This woman meant a great deal to me. And she was more than a grandmother. She was so much more than a grandmother. There are moments in my life I don't know that I would survive without her. In many ways, she was a mother. I mean, I have a wonderful mother. But this loss feels like the loss of a mother and a grandmother. Most of my childhood I lived with her or beside her. And a lot of my adult life, she has lived with me and helped take care of my babies. So, it's just a really huge loss for me. And it's one that I never prepared myself for and never thought would happen. And the grieving is going to take some time. So just be patient with me. I will get back into the videos as soon as I can. I will go ahead this weekend and announce the winner of the January giveaway. I'm so sorry that it's late. I'll announce the winner on Instagram. I'll do the little app that I just put everybody's name in and it pulls it itself. That's the most fair way I can do it. And I'll screenshot the name that it gives me, and I will post that on Instagram this weekend. All right, let's go watch my son play some basketball, and hopefully no one talks to me. All right, my loves.